Adrian sat on his bunk, the harsh clang of metal reverberating through the air, a relentless reminder of his confinement. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, bathing the room in a sterile glow that invaded his thoughts, pushing him deeper into anxious reflection. Memories of vibrant colors danced in his mind, paintbrushes sweeping across canvas, the laughter of students filling the art room, moments that now felt like echoes from another life. He recalled the terrible trial, each false accusation slicing through his spirit like a dull knife, leaving behind the bitter taste of betrayal. The word guilty had hung in the courtroom like a death knell, pulling him from the world of creativity into this desolate hell. Each day blended into the next, marked by tasteless meals and the oppressive gaze of apathetic guards, as he silently sought solace in dreams of artistry amidst the gray walls closing in around him. The word guilty echoed in Adrian's mind as he recalled the trial. The courtroom had been a theater of betrayal, each false accusation ringing in his ears. Images of his former life, the vibrant laughter of his art students, the vivid colors he once cherished, slammed against the stark reality of his confinement. He had envisioned himself as a guiding light, nurturing creativity, only to become a figure painted with dishonor. He could almost feel the brush in his hand again, yet it remained just out of reach. The faces of those who believed in him haunted his thoughts, reminding him of the trust shattered by corruption and deceit. As despair tightened its grip, he felt a flicker of rebellion ignite deep within, refusing to let the weight of lies extinguish the vision of truth he clung to amid the darkness. His fight was just beginning. Adrian adjusted to the painful monotony of prison life, each day mirroring the last with relentless precision. Meals arrived lacking in flavor, and the guards moved like indifferent specters, words and actions devoid of warmth. Observing the other inmates, he noted a spectrum of lives, some ignited with rage, others lost in introspection, each wrestling with their own demons. Amid this despair, Adrian's eyes fell upon Marcus, an inmate infusing the concrete walls with stunning murals that captured forgotten fragments of hope. Inspired, Adrian felt the stirrings of his long-dormant passion for art. The prospect of reclaiming his creativity sparked something within him, breathing life into the stubborn ember of hope that refused to extinguish. It urged him to seek a way to ignite not only his own spirit, but potentially uplift those around him. Perhaps, through creation, he might still find a path to freedom. Adrian found himself engulfed in a tempest of thoughts, grappling with the crushing weight of despair. Each day merged into the next, punctuated only by the clamor of life behind bars. Yet in this void, small moments of kindness crept into his awareness. A fleeting smile from a guard, the arrival of a letter from an old friend. These gestures, though seemingly insignificant, broke through the oppressive gloom that threatened to engulf him. They served as reminders that even in the darkest confines, humanity flickered brightly. With each encounter, Adrian grasped at these threads of compassion, weaving them into a tapestry of resilience. They anchored him, providing a lifeline amid his overwhelming struggles. He realized that amidst the brutality, connections could illuminate a path forward, urging him to persist against the tide of hopelessness. With renewed determination, he vowed to protect that light within him at all costs. As Adrian's determination solidified in the wake of these fragile connections, a new development stirred the stagnant air of his confinement. A newcomer entered the prison, his presence cloaked in an aura of mystery. This man, with a knowing glint in his eye, approached Adrian in the common area, claiming to possess crucial details about the circumstances surrounding Adrian's conviction. Emotions surged through Adrian, fear intertwined with a flicker of anticipation. Could this stranger be an ally, or yet another source of deceit? As they exchanged cautious words, Adrian grappled with conflicting thoughts, torn between hope and suspicion. The weight of uncertainty pressed heavily on his chest, each revelation igniting a yearning for truth while cultivating a deep-seated dread of betrayal. In that moment, Adrian knew he stood at a crossroads, where choices made could either illuminate a path to freedom or plunge him further into despair. Jack leaned closer, his voice low and urgent, igniting a spark of curiosity in Adrian. "I saw what happened," he revealed, his eyes piercing through the haze of doubt. "You were framed." Those words hung in the air, a catalyst for a torrent of emotions within Adrian. The possibility of innocence flared like a candle amid darkness, but it was quickly tempered by skepticism. Who was this man really, and how could Adrian trust his claims? As his heart raced with a mix of hope and unease, the memories of betrayal clung to him. Could a glimmer of truth be the key to reclaiming his life? He felt the weight of his own past, intertwined with the uncertainty of the future. Yet, deep inside, Adrian knew he had to explore this fragile opportunity for liberation, for every ounce of hope he clung to now depended on the choices he would make next. As Adrian forged a connection with Jack, the atmosphere around them shifted, filled with an unspoken understanding. Jack revealed the insidious forces orchestrating Adrian's wrongful conviction, laying bare the corruption that thrived within the prison's walls. Each revelation drew Adrian further into Jack's world, a sanctuary of shared despair and resilience. Together, they began to outline a plan, a roadmap toward gathering evidence that could expose the truth lurking in the darkness. Their camaraderie, though tentative, became a sharing of hopes, a mutual vow to confront the lies that imprisoned them both. With every whispered conversation, Adrian felt his spirit lifting, strengthened by this fragile alliance. As they meticulously plotted their next steps, Adrian sensed a pivotal moment brewing, one that could change everything. The stakes were high, yet in the depths of that confining place, a flicker of determination surged to life, igniting their quest for justice. Adrian's heart raced as he caught snippets of conversation between guards, their words laced with impending danger. Whispers of violence surrounding Jack began to weave an unsettling tapestry of fear. The prison's oppressive environment thickened, the walls feeling more like a tightening noose than mere boundaries. Adrian's resolve wavered. Every instinct screamed that their plan, so delicately crafted, could shatter at any moment. As the urgency grew, he feared for both Jack's safety and the fragile hope that had begun to blossom between them. In a place designed to break spirits, he wrestled with the duality of his emotions, grappling with desperation and a flicker of strength. Time seemed to slip through his fingers like sand, and he knew something had to give. He steeled himself for the looming storm, determined to protect the fragile connection that had ignited a spark of rebellion within him. As Adrian skillfully navigated the grim confines of his cell, a spark of creativity ignited within him. He found solace in sketching on discarded scraps, transforming blank surfaces into reflections of his longing for beauty. These drawings became more than mere escapes. They evolved into expressions of defiance against the oppressive environment that sought to stifle his spirit. Each stroke of his pencil whispered of freedom, connecting him to the vivid colors of his past and the joy of teaching. In those stolen moments of creativity, Adrian felt an unwavering sense of resilience. The act of creating brought clarity, illuminating his path amid the chaos and revealing the strength of his resolve. He knew artistry held the power to transcend even the darkest circumstances. It was a lifeline, a way to hold on to hope fiercely. With renewed purpose, he embraced his gift wholeheartedly, determined to transform his prison into a canvas of possibilities. As the weight of creativity enveloped Adrian, he grappled with a dichotomy of feelings, an emerging optimism colored by fear. Memories of teaching flooded back, awakening a deep understanding that artistry and freedom intertwine. Each brushstroke, while a connection to his past, also became an energizing force that inspired resilience. The stark contrast between his former life and present confinement became a catalyst for his determination to endure. Yet, amid flickers of hope, nagging doubts clung tightly, urging caution against disappointment. He knew that maintaining this fighting spirit was essential to navigate the darkness surrounding him. Every bit of courage needed nurturing, every thought carefully chosen, as he prepared for the challenges ahead. Just then, a sense of urgency surged within him. It was time to act, to forge ahead with unyielding resolve. With that realization, he steeled himself for the battle that lay before him. As the tension crackled in the air, Adrian's pulse quickened. Jack had vanished after the violent eruption in the yard. Desperation clawed at him. With each passing moment, the feeling of confinement deepened, squeezing the breath from his lungs. The prison continued to breathe around him, walls thick with threats, both from the inmates and the very guards meant to uphold order. Panic ignited chills along his spine as he envisioned Jack alone, vulnerable amidst the chaos. It was a stark reminder of the precariousness of their plan, now hanging by a thread. Adrian's mind raced. He needed to gather every ounce of strength within him to seek answers. Hope wrestled with fear, creating a storm of determination. He couldn't afford to lose his ally or his resolve. The fight for truth was more urgent than ever, igniting a fierce need to keep pushing forward against the oppressive tide. As Adrian absorbed the gravity of Jack's absence, a letter slipped through the bars of his cell, catching his attention. The handwriting was familiar, yet unexpected. A former student reaching out, sharing words of encouragement and unwavering faith in his innocence. Each sentence resonated deeply, rekindling the flickering flame of hope that had threatened to be extinguished. The reminder of purpose stirred within him, reinforcing his commitment to fight against the suffocating despair. In that moment, Adrian understood that he was not alone. The connection with those who believed in him blossomed into a powerful driving force. The realization surged through him, urging him to reclaim the essence of creativity and truth he once cherished. Transforming that quiet determination into action, Adrian solidified his resolve, ready to confront the injustices that kept him shackled. He vowed to forge ahead, leaving no stone unturned in his pursuit of freedom. As Adrian absorbed the encouragement from his former student, a fire ignited within him, compelling him to confront the deep-seated corrupt practices festering within the prison. He felt the weight of the injustices not just against himself, but also against countless others he witnessed suffering at the hands of a broken system. Sharing silent exchanges with fellow inmates bolstered his resolve. They too yearned for change, their stories intertwining with his, creating a tapestry of shared pain and determination. Together they began to strategize, developing a plan to expose the brutality lurking behind the prison's walls. Each conversation became a call to action, fueled by their collective resilience. In that camaraderie, Adrian rediscovered his purpose, to not only reclaim his own freedom, but also to serve as a voice for those silenced. They were ready to confront the darkness together, and Adrian felt a surge of strength driving them forward. Adrian's pulse raced as he eavesdropped on hushed conversations among the guards, their voices dripping with malice and conspiratorial undertones that sent a chill down his spine. Every whispered word became a knot of urgency, revealing layers of a plot designed to keep him imprisoned. The gravity of corruption unveiled before him pushed the boundaries of his resolve. Disillusionment blended with a fierce determination to confront the oppressive system that sought to extinguish his spirit. Gathering his allies, a palpable energy surged within their ranks as they prepared to take a stand against the tyranny surrounding them. Each shared glance spoke volumes, a silent vow to uncover the truth hidden within the prison's grim walls. Adrian stood at the precipice of a crucial battle, torn between hope and fear, ready to challenge the very foundation of a crooked justice system. They would not go down without a fight. This was their moment to reclaim what had been wrongfully taken. Adrian sat in quiet contemplation, the echoes of his past colliding with the stark reality of the present. He was beginning to grasp a profound truth. Freedom transcends mere physical escape. It blossomed in the spirit and creativity that could not be confined. As he reflected on his journey, he felt an unwavering resolve forming, an intent to carry the innocence of his former life into whatever lay ahead. Each sketch he created was not just an act of defiance. It was a declaration of his essence, an affirmation of who he truly was despite the prison walls surrounding him. The vibrant colors of his memories and the laughter of his students fueled his determination to reclaim his narrative. In that moment, Adrian vowed to fight for both justice and his own liberation, embodying the very spirit that had once illuminated his art. Freedom, in all its forms, awaited him.